Hey, what's up? Me, J-Man, here for Vagabond Daily, and yeah, I am actually in Chicago. Here for a conference. Yeah, and it's been a good time. Let me show you, if you haven't seen Chicago, which it's just a city. I don't get to the city that much. I live in a very rural community, so whenever I can get out, I love it. But I've been to Chicago once or twice, and it's just so beautiful. I don't know. I just like cities. I like big buildings. Oh, sorry about the glare. Oh, but we are in the Marriott on the Magnificent Mile. Sears Tower is just that way. I'm gonna take this out and record, but I didn't want to be that guy and look like a freaking tourist. So yeah, I'm in Chicago. Now that you've seen my lovely view of Chicago, I'm kind of going to tell you what this video is going to be all about. I've put myself in pretty much contempt for the past forever about creating videos, and I wanted to create a video a week. That was my goal. I have failed miserably, and I'll tell you why I failed miserably. Just for the fact that I'm just too frightened to put out videos that that doesn't make any sense, that has no context. Mostly I just don't know what to talk about. I really am. So I really don't know what to talk about. I can't even pronounce words right now. Whatever. But I figure since I'm in Chicago, this is kind of like a mini vacay. I mean, it's not really. I'm conference work, so I'm just in meetings all day. But I'm in Chicago. I'm in a hotel room. I don't have anything to do other than watch. Thank God there's YouTube on the TV, so I can watch YouTube videos. My favorite YouTube video person right now, and I've just found him. It's a Gundam. Wow, love his work. Amazing, amazing. If by chance you ever watch this, It's a Gundam. Thank you. You're the best. You're my favorite right now. Awesome. Keep up the good work, man. But I figure, why not talk about something that everyone's talking about right now? GameStop. I did a video, and I'll post it somewhere, maybe link. Who knows where I'll put it, honestly. But I did a video on GameStop because I work there. Kind of just an overall general feeling. My GameStop story was a lot different than most, because most of the GameStop stories basically we're talking about how bad their situation was, how bad their store was. My store is an outlier. My store was a good store, surprisingly. You don't see too many of these videos, so this makes it a little more unique, because I think the pros in my store, at least my home store, my first store, was a lot better than my last stores that I was at, which they were good. They were kind of my downfall. But anyway, my home store was awesome. But I did have some horror stories, and I'm just looking at this. I mean, what is the GameStop stock price right now? Oh, hey, well, holy shit, it's up like half, not even half a dollar. But it's up. But it's a whole $3.42. Yeah, $3.42. Now let's take it back here. I want to take it back. Let's go back. Let's see. Let's go back 10 years. Yeah, let's go back 10 years. Let's take it back to August 17th, 2009, which they were setting at about $23 a share. Now, where they peaked at was, can you guess? It was October 28th, 2013, $55.05. Now, if I'm correct, right around that time, the PlayStation 4 launched. I did not buy the PS4 right off the bat. I waited a year. I didn't buy it until 2014, surprisingly. But yeah, okay, so at their best, $55.05 a share. Now they're at a measly $3.42 a share. Man, that's sad. And even, you know, even during my time that I was there for, oh, pardon me, jeez, I just ate and had a bunch of drinks. That was, woo. But even during my time I was there, I mean, the norm was right around $20 to $30. And then, like I said, I left in 2012, and yeah, it was still right around that $20, $21, $22 point. But, yeah, they're supposedly, they just fired a bunch of people, and this week, I don't know when, but another channel that I watch, Camelot, man, I'm sorry, I'll post it here. I'm sorry that I forget your name, Camelot. I'll just look it up. Why not? We can just edit the video. Why not? Why not? Camelot 331. Camelot 331. Another person that I started watching recently because he worked at a GameStop and he got fired, and you just watch his channel. He has some good stuff, but it mainly revolves around GameStop. And he just got some breaking news last week saying, hey, there's going to be some more firings this week. Like, they are clearing house there at GameStop. They're just going through and just cutting off heads. And they're cutting off top heads, and they're getting down to just bare bones. I still have a few friends still left in the GameStop world, even though I haven't been there in probably 7 years, 8 years. You know, I still have a few friends that still have hung around, and kind of some have stayed in that store manager position. Others have probably moved up to, I don't even know what they're calling them now, district leaders, district managers. Who knows? They've changed so much. But yeah, heads are starting to roll now. So this week, I'm gonna have to check in with some of my friends and see how they're doing, because they might have got the chopping block. Man, that's crazy. But it's kind of bittersweet. In some ways, I'm like, yes, yes, bring it down, bring down GameStop, and just watch it crumble. Because there were times that I was just like, oh God. Especially after I left and hearing all the things that I heard, and man, I did not want to be there anymore. And I didn't want to be there after that. There was 1 or 2 points in time when I thought, well, maybe I f***ed up. Maybe I honestly f***ed up, and I should go back to GameStop. Because, you know, people as a tendency wear rose-colored glasses sometimes when they're looking back. And they see all the good stuff and not the bad stuff. And that's what I did a lot with GameStop. I looked and I was like, oh man, I had such good times there. And granted there was, but I had a lot of bad times too. But you know, on one hand, I wanted to see it fall, because man, there was times where they made my life miserable, because I had a hard time distinguishing between work life, like the work-life balance. I couldn't do it. So that's why, jokingly, I'm going to grab my water here. Jokingly, one of my old ASMs, before I left, he funny guy, he drew a photograph of like the crew, like he was just drawing, and he labeled me, what the hell is that? Things you hear in downtown Chicago. But he labeled me Captain GameStop with money bags in my eyes. Which I thought was quite funny, because honestly I dedicated my life, my soul was just GameStop. Because, you know, during my 20s, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. I worked at a grocery store. I didn't go to college. I didn't know what I was going to do. All my friends were either getting married and having kids. They were going to college. Some of them were going off to the military. I didn't know what I was going to do. Luckily, you know, I say this, and I truly mean it, luckily, I was told about GameStop, and I, you know, just fell into the right places. And I worked my way up. Within less than 8 months, I was store manager. And I took off from there. And I'm thankful for that. GameStop showed me a lot of things that I needed to know. And they showed me a lot of things that I didn't need to know. But I dedicated my life to them. And you know, at the end of the day, I didn't really think about how much I was replaceable. Just like anyone else in a job, especially retail, you're just replaceable no matter how much you give. Especially what I hear now, like they're just firing people for bogus reasons. And I've seen it too. I've seen it happen when I was there. we'll get into that another time. I don't want to make this video any longer. It's already like 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, whatever. But going back to the original point, yes, I wanted to see it fall because it has tormented me and a lot of people. It's brought me a lot of joy, but it's a lot of torment, and I'm kind of on the bandwagon now. It's like, screw it, watch it fall. Let's watch their downfall, because honestly, I haven't been in GameStop in a while. Last time I was there was probably Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, I think I was there for the midnight release of that. But everywhere else now I go to either Amazon or I go to Best Buy. So I was there, I bought Metal Gear Solid 5, and I think I maybe popped in there once. Oh, I did buy No Man's Sky in 2018. Yeah, I bought it very briefly. It's on sale for like $5. Why not? And I noticed they've become a Hastings. I don't know. This is probably just the market where I'm at, but a Hastings was like this major CD store back in the day. And then they started selling t-shirts. Well, they were CDs and movies. And then they started selling t-shirts. Then they started selling trading cards. Then they started selling musical equipment and comic books and just anime toys, just everything. And they closed up shop. They went bankrupt. They're gone now. And I noticed GameStop has done that. They have become a Hastings, so to speak. They just have junk in there. They're more of a toy seller now than they are video games, which is crazy because, you know, back in the day when I worked there, I never would have thought that. I didn't see the tea leaves, so to speak, on them. You know, we sold DVDs when I was there, which is kind of cool. I mean, it kind of went with GameStop. Kinda, I say that very loosely. And I got some really good deals on some movies back in the day when DVDs were still a thing. But the DVDs went away when I was there. But now they're just selling like toys, and I say toys, figurines, anime pops, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. They're still like little figurine toys to me. But they're selling that. They're selling these just off the wall things. They're no longer GameStop. They're just like an everything stop. On the other hand, it's very sad to see GameStop fall because I grew up with GameStop. You know, I remember we didn't have GameStop, and GameStop was an hour and a half away, and I think there were Babbage's then, and I would go sometimes. I would go and pre-order because I just started driving, but I would go and pre-order games. I would go pick them up, and that was a trip because, you know, it took an hour and a half to go get these, and it was like an adventure. And going into these GameStops and Babbage's and EB Games, and yeah, Babbage's was before GameStop's what I knew them as, but it was such an awesome place. And there was times when I was working there, even with my crew, I'm going to try to get them on. Maybe do one at a time, maybe do a podcast. I don't know. I want to get their stories because they have a lot more stories than I do working there. But even my crew will probably tell you when we worked there, some of the environment at the store, the original store I was at, was just, I don't know. There's something special to it because you go in, we would actually have talks. Like, just talk about games and recommendation. What do you like? What do you like? Well, I think this mechanic's broken. I like this. And it was just more of a talk. But now, from what I understand, GameStop's more about just sell. It doesn't matter, sell. We'll use these bad practices and these bad techniques, some shady shit, and we'll just sell everything. They don't care anymore, which is sad because, I don't know, I felt like something about our store was just awesome. You know, you go in and you just have conversation about games, and who doesn't like talking about video games? I don't know, it almost felt like a safe haven. And I'm 100% sure there were other places like mine. there are other places like my original store that you could do that, and even my other stores that I was in, we had that experience as well. And there's a lot of bad stuff too, but I don't know. It's very sad to see what's happened to GameStop, and I'm kind of torn because one part of me wants to see the empire fall, and the other part of me is like, that sucks, because once they're gone, I don't know if they're going to be like I don't know what will rise out of the ashes, what phoenix will rise out of those ashes of GameStop, but I don't know if it's salvageable, and they might be past the point of no return. They've already hit the iceberg and they're sinking, and there's no way to recover from it. All they can do is just cling to their life vest, and maybe some of the big wigs will get out, which is sad. I'm gonna be like Blockbuster. Such is life. But whatever happens to GameStop, if they do fold, something else will take their place. Maybe mom and pop shops will thrive. There's one in my area that's really cool, and maybe it might thrive. In fact, funny thing is, this mom and pop shop, I'm not going to mention any names, but this mom and pop shop is doing what GameStop, from what I heard, GameStop wants to do, and create more of almost like an arcade atmosphere where they play test games, and you can pay to play. They've been doing that for a few years now. They've had great success from it. And if GameStop starts doing that, I'm afraid to see what will happen. Because honestly, I'm all about supporting smaller businesses. Because, hell, I'm a small creator. I am even a smaller creator when it comes to taking photographs for people and doing video that I want to do. So I'm all in support of these smaller businesses. Even though I do shop, sometimes I do shop at like Best Buy or Amazon, just because convenience. It just sucks because they're just so damn convenient, and that's what gets me. I'm like, oh, click, buy, you're done. You don't have to get out. But I do support local mom and pop shops, and I'm afraid to see what GameStop does if they do go with that model and it does have success, because you're going to see a lot of mom and pop shops potentially go bye-bye. I'm very torn about GameStop. But yeah, GameStop, man. I don't think any other place I've ever worked at has made me so angry and has brought me so much joy as GameStop. Yeah. So, I don't know. Here's the future of GameStop. Ugh. Should not have drank all that. I don't even drink. But I thought I'm in Chicago. Why not? So, yeah. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. I always forget to say that. And, yeah, no one likes or subscribes. Wait, like and subscribe. Is that even a thing? Like? It's like a Facebook terminology, isn't it? I'm sorry, I work primarily with Facebook anymore these days. Funny story, I do create a lot of videos, but I create a lot of videos for the company I work at. So it goes on their personal pages, and it doesn't go on my. So this is an excuse. Maybe I am trying to use it as an excuse, but I do create videos. I just don't put them on my own YouTube because they're mine. I've created them, but they are not mine. They are part of my companies that I work for. So maybe that's why I haven't put out more videos than I should. I think I'm just lazy and I'm trying not to be. I really want to put out more content. I just need some help from you guys. Give me some thoughts of what I could put out. Something. I'll go do it because I can. This type of the content I put out, I don't know. I just don't have a very good organization skill to fit it all into one thing, and I blabber on forever and ever. Anyway, give me your thoughts on GameStop. Do you want to see them burn? Do you want to see them rise? Do you want to see them rise up? Do you want to see them burn down and then rise up again? whatever you want. Let me know what you think about GameStop. I appreciate it. My name is J-Man, here for Vagabond Daily. Hope you have myself. I just need to stop talking. I'm a little too drunk for this. Have yourself a great night or day whenever I put this out. And I'll see you on the next one. God, I hope it's soon.